Hello everyone, this is Joshua and Michael. We're here at St. Patrick's this time at St. Joseph's. It's over there, you can't see the sign, but we're here today and we're glad to introduce someone. You mind introducing yourself?
Sure, my name's Sonny Greco. I'm a member of St. Patrick's Parish. I moved here with my family about 2 years ago, been a member of the parish since we moved here, and I also serve on the parish council.
That's right, and last week we were able to kind of sit in one of the meetings for the pastoral council. I'm sure if you want to tell us a bit about how that's impacted and the importance of it.
Sure, yeah, I joined last year. It's been a great experience. What I love most about it is that the people that I'm closest with in the parish were people that I met through the pastoral council. So the strongest relationships I have throughout the parish stem from that experience. It stemmed from Reach More, which is a program and initiative that I participated in the parish. So my best relationships, my strongest relationships in the parish stem from that, and it's a great group. It's a diverse group, young and old, cradle Catholics and converts. Me being a convert, so it's been a great experience, and I'm grateful for the relationships that I've gotten through that.
Yeah, and so you mentioned you are a convert to the faith, right? And raised Baptist, right?
Yeah.
So what's that experience been like coming to the Catholic Church, and what really drew you into the Catholic faith?
Yeah, so I met my wife, and my wife's been a great inspiration in my spiritual journey. She's a lifelong Catholic, and my father-in-law, we had hours of conversations and learning about the faith. And when you have an impression of something, you think you have like a stigma of it. And so I was taught things about the church that weren't true, but you have to go find out for yourself. And so the first journey that I had in trying to learn more about the church was reading the early church fathers. And when I read the early church fathers, St. Ignatius of Antioch, St. Polycarp, Irenaeus, I came to the realization that what they believed, the doctrines they taught, were consistently Catholic and were very different from the doctrines that I believe. And I'm very grateful for my upbringing and our Protestant brethren. But when I came to the realization of the truth of the church through the early fathers, that was the light bulb that went in my head, and saying that if the people who learn the faith from Christ and from the apostles believe this, why don't I?
Yeah. We're very blessed at the seminary. We were talking a little before that we're actually taking a class on the early church fathers now, so no spoilers on what they say, because we're reading it ourselves. But
just reading Ignatius' 7 letters.
Yeah, there you go.
That's there's a lot of beauty in there.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, and speaking to like influences and stuff, like with in terms of like family and faith, how does your family kind of practice that faith and kind of passing that on to your children?
Yeah, so we have 2 baby girls. I have a 4-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, and I think one of the most important things is having a united front when you're raising your children. I'm very blessed that my wife and I, we share the faith together. That was one of the biggest concerns I had, was having a divided family. So the fact that I actually, when I started that journey, I was going to prove how Protestantism was right and she was wrong. And while I don't want to be quoted on this, my wife was right. It happened once in a while, I'm not saying it's a trend. I'm just saying it happened at one time. We have a little prayer book that every night when I take my oldest to bed, and we read that book, and she's now at the point where she'll say, "Daddy, we're going to do the prayer book today." Right? She loves it, and then whenever we open it, she sees the images and she goes, "Oh, that's Mary, and that's Jesus." And one thing that was very funny when the scene in the gospel where the angel comes and with Mary, and she always says, "Dad, how come there's always that bird that's in the house? The Holy Spirit. Yeah. Birds aren't in the house." So I explained, well, that's a very special bird. Right. That's not the standard bird, but just that that child, that innocence and stuff. And so it's just great to to foster that and develop it. But before we have eat dinner, it's at the point now where I'll wait. We don't say we're gonna do prayers. Like, she initiates it, and she's now teaching her little sister how to do it. So it's a beautiful thing, and like I said, I think prayer is obviously very important, instilling that at a young age, and obviously that you going to mass, going to church, recognizing that this is an integral part of the faith. Because if you don't establish it early on with your children, it will become unnecessary for them as they get older. So I think that's a key part of that family, keep the family strong.
Yeah, I love that you're kind of experiencing that childlike faith through her. There's that innocence of it, and that's something I think we all kind of lose being a cradle Catholic. You have that as a kid, and you kind of lose it growing up. So experience that through your kids, I think, is a beautiful witness and opportunity almost to kind of open back up to
and honestly, she prays better than I do. Like, she's taught me how to do it. She said, we were praying, and she goes, "Dad, when we don't pray, that makes Jesus sad." And it's like so simple, and I'm like, yeah. And she goes, "And Jesus you know, you have, monsters in the class.
Yeah.
Just Jesus protects us from the monsters.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, it's like, she gets it. Like,
Yeah.
she gets it better than I
Yeah.
do, you know? So
Yeah.
I'm probably learning more, from her than she is from me. But it's just like great to see kind of her interest in it and her curiosity and just trying to be, give her a good foundation that she moves
Yeah.
forward in life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, thank you for talking with us and for your witness as well to others. It's a really great thing to see.
Yeah, thanks for your time, Sonny.
Pleasure.
Really
My pleasure.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See you guys next week.
Yeah.